You out here getting it in with your mans? Oh, but you scared to talk about your vaginal health? Oh, or whatever Kendrick said. Welcome back to another video. It's your girl Letty here, and I want to revisit some old makeup that I used to use, some old like foundation, retry some makeup that when I tried it the first time I really didn't like it. But I want to do all of this while talking about how it's important for you to talk about your vaginal health with your partner. As my primers, I think I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. When I first tried this, I wasn't a fan, but we're going to try it again. And then the Yummy Skin. I like this one. I just don't use it except like on clients. I do like it for being mattifying because I do get very oily around this area right here. Right now I look like a glazed donut, but you know. So I'm going to wrap myself out. I used to be so nervous about talking about vaginal health with my partner. Not my husband. My husband, I literally talk to him about everything. There's not anything that he doesn't know, to be completely and totally honest. Oh, okay. I see what they mean. But yeah, I used to be like so nervous when talking to a partner about my vaginal health, because a lot of the times it would be my period would throw off my pH, or soap. Like at one point in time I was using Dove, and that's not the best for you, especially not in that area. This isn't a new product. I just love to color correct with this. So this is my Jouer. I love this concealer. I wish they made all the shades again, but I get it. They're not as popular as they were, and they're not as accessible as they were either. So I think I'm gonna go in with some old brushes that I used to love to do my makeup too. Like this one is the Morphe M173 brush. I used to be so afraid anything would throw it off. Like even if your partner is not cheating, what they eat and what you eat can throw off your pH. And I used to be so afraid to like ask or let them know, hey, I need to take a break or anything, for fear of losing them. Still gonna go in with my Laura Mercier because it's like the closest matte to me setting certain portions of my face before I get started on the rest of my makeup. Going in with my Thread Beauty multi-use complexion fluid. I'm using this as concealer. This is in the shade 06 Tan Deep, and I'm using it as like a highlight shade because look how bright it is, and it's so full coverage. I love this concealer. Because that is a little bit yellow, I am going to go in a little bit with my Jouer in the shade Coffee, just for a little bit of a peachy undertone because this is a little yellow. But back to the lecture at hand. Being afraid to talk about your vaginal health with your partner is honestly because you don't trust them. And honestly, that's a whole other conversation. If you don't trust your partner, but you're openly having unprotected sex with them. But you know, I didn't say we were always the most sensible person. Going in with the Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick in the shade Simmer. This little baby right here. And then I'm also going to use the Jouer Bloom Bronze and Glow Sun Glaze. It's a bronzer and highlighter duo. I haven't used this in years. I would not recommend putting old products on your face, but I wanted to try them out just in case I want to throw them away. Some old brushes that I'm going to use to contour was this Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH10 brush, and then the BH Cosmetics 127, which I don't believe they're in business anymore. I'm going to go in with the Fenty foundation brush and buff that out a little bit more. Another oldie but goodie, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter, I want to say. This is similar to the e.l.f. Halo Glow, if I'm not mistaken. That is a conversation for and in itself that I don't feel like delving into, if that makes sense. Especially not right now. I'm gonna use some OG products. Like I haven't used these, and I used to use these together all the time. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 14 Neutral, and then this is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and this is in the shade Macao. And I used to use these together, so I'm gonna do it again. But I want to say, I feel like you're a little orange. I'm hoping all of this comes together, but I feel like, you know, when you're with your partner that you're supposed to be with, if you can talk freely about any and everything regarding your vaginal health. They don't get freaked out about it. They don't say nothing bad about it. They're actually pretty curious into how it goes, how it works, and how they can help you through the process. I am gonna go back in with my Jouer because I feel like some of the color was lost a little bit. Gonna go in with my Fenty Cheeks Out blush, cream blush in Crush on Cupid. It's like this, it's well loved, so it's like this pinkish color because I really want some pink. God, how pretty this is. It's buildable. I haven't used this in so long. Going in with an oldie but goodie with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in 330 Toffee. To set my bronzer, contour, whatever, I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Bronze Dark palette just to set the bronze places. But yeah, I used to be so afraid to talk about vaginal health and how my pH may have been thrown off by having unprotected sex with my partner, and them thinking, what, am I dirty? Like, that should have been red flag number one. And it would scare me because I would basically not talk about it and just deal with it on my own, when that's not a healthy way, because you and your partner need to talk about it. Y'all need to talk about what could be throwing off your pH instead of just getting it in all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be so comfortable that it scares you how comfortable you are. Not sure if I've ever used this, but this is the ColourPop Super Shock blush in Lil Vibe. It's like this pinky color. It's really pretty. I'm gonna use that to set my blush area. We're gonna see if it's the business or not, if I need to change to a different one. It's showing up a little bit. It ain't showing up much. I don't know how I feel about it. No. Just gonna go in with the House Labs Color Fused Blush in Watermelon Bliss. Like, what happened to this packaging, House Labs? Like, what happened to the bigger packaging? Because I noticed y'all came out with the bigger packaging and then right after, it was gone. Now, a little bit of this go a long way, because baby, you do not want to overdo it with this. Look, I almost did. Going over the rest of my face with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. There will be times when red flags will be showing up, as far as one of my exes was actually cheating on me, which is why I was, my pH was thrown off. Some of these I might have to keep in rotation. Gonna go in as a base with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Amande, because this is what I used to use to do all of my makeup, cut creases, everything. It was the craziest thing, but it worked out so well. But yeah, so I can remember trying to use, I don't know if y'all remember Refresh in my 20s. I am now 41, okay? But in my 20s, Refresh, I've tried they look like breath like thingies, but for your vagina. I've tried that. Like, I did not have BV. That's the crazy part. I did not have BV. I actually just had a thrown off pH balance, not knowing that my partner at the time, who I lived with, was stepping out on me. If there's a will, there's a way. People gonna do what they want to do. Gonna set my eye with my Laura Mercier powder. This is also not a new product. This is the One Size Ultra Peach. I'm going to use it to like set my under eye. Even though I've set it with a foundation powder, a pressed powder, I always like to go in again and press with a loose powder. And there is a gnat that is aggravating my spirit right now. I'm also going to do like a little bit on my edge to catch any fallout, like right here. I'm not going to bake with it. I just want to catch any fallout from what I'm about to do. Side note, ever since Hurricane Helene, when basically our cars drowned and we've had to replace some things in our lives because the storm surge was like 4 or 5 feet in my area, the gnat problem has been crazy. Okay, it's insane. Going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmos palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Comet out of that palette as a transition shade. There's a few things that, oh, it's coming up the color that I want it to. It's like a little pinky nude on my skin. I like it. I like it. But I was very afraid to talk to my partner because of fear of leaving, abandonment issues, you know what I'm saying? And I was also in my 20s, very much not a confident 20-something-year-old. I will say confidence does come a little bit more when you're in your 30s. You know exactly what you want and go after it. Like your perspective on certain things changed. So if you feel like you're in your 20s right now and you're like life is lifing, it will get better. Hold on, but don't be afraid to let that man go, regardless of if you have abandonment issues or not. Talk to a therapist, because if you can't talk to him about your vaginal issues, then you don't need to be talking to him. Point blank, end the period. You don't need to be talking to him at all. I remember one boyfriend that I was with from 20 to 25 was, I think he was cheating on me almost the whole 5 years. And you want to know something funny? His wife that he married 6 months after we broke up ended up leaving him for another man. Why people tell me stuff that I no longer care about, I have no idea. Gonna go in with the color Mars from that palette and like go more so in my crease instead of above it, and then like on the outer edge of it. But I kept apologizing to this man because I was like, I'm sorry, my, you know, whatever started, you know, smelling like this. It's not supposed to smell. You're supposed to have a little bit of a smell, but not like a fishy smell. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have a vaginal smell. I don't know. You got to find out what your vaginal smell is, but it ain't fish. Okay? Going in with the color Eclipse, and I'm just patting that all over the lid as a base for whatever shimmer I'm about to use. That's pretty. Going in with Quasar and an old school method that I used to do. I might need to stick to the new school, but we gonna see. And spray some setting spray to dampen the brush. And I will tell you, once you start having unprotected sex, that is kind of the consequence or the risk you take, is your pH balance being thrown off. I'm going in with Supernova as well, and going like right here. I like that. A deep burgundy lip. That would go good with this. Another not so new product is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Perversion. I'm just gonna use that to like line my waterline. I'm gonna use Eclipse again, close to the lash line to smudge out. I'm going in with my Melt Cosmetics in Onyx. I'm not sure why this one dried out so quickly, because I close everything up and I close it tightly. Going in with Space Dust as a highlight on my eyebrow. And in my inner corner, I'm actually going in with Quasar 2. But my goal is to say, talk with your partner. I don't care if you're nervous, scared. If they break up with you for talking to them about your vaginal health, then they're not meant for you. Sorry to say it, they were never meant for you. Find you somebody, or have somebody find you, who loves everything about you and is willing to learn. Actually gonna go in with the oldie but goodie, and this is the translucent Laura Mercier translucent medium deep glow. I haven't used this in a long time, and a little bit goes a long way. Like, it's just so good. I wonder why people stop using this. Look at that. Too freaking good. And it like melts into your skin because it is a translucent powder. Now I'm still gonna spray my skin like I did before, but look at that. Now I used to go in with the Lily Lashes in the shade Mykonos, or the style Mykonos, But the Mykonos that I have, I'm not really too fond of them. So I'm going to go in with the Lily Lashes or House of Lashes and Sephora collection in the shade, in the style Madison. I don't know why I keep saying in the shade. Pro tip, to get the same style lash, if you need to trim down your lashes in order to fit your eye, once you clip off one side, put that side that you clipped off, like the little bit that you clipped off, onto the other lash that you need to clip on top, and then clip it from there. It'll be the exact same size. And how to put on lashes, all you need to do is look down into a mirror and come from on top and put them on. I think I want to go a little vampy today, to be honest. Going in with Lime Crayons and Oldie But Goodie Velveteen and Blood Moon. Now, I do not know if they still sell this, but I'm gonna use it today. This one is the best. That's all I'm saying. Salt is by Salt XO, a woman-owned, black-owned brand out of Miami. The best thing ever. This is not sponsored, but this is my go-to. I used to use the honey pot, and I believe my body has become immune to it. So I would say try this one. And they do have an aloe version that is not as minty, because this can get a little spice. That's all I'm saying. A little spice. Now on to the products that I would not use again, just because I don't like how it blended on my skin. It may just be with the products that I used, but I will not be using the Thread Beauty. I do like it on my clients, just not on me. I won't be using this on myself, but I do like it on my clients. Another product that I won't be using is the ColourPop Super Shock Blush in Lil Vibe. I will not be using this again on my skin. I noticed that even after I set my makeup, or actually I'm setting my blush with this, my cream blush with this, it separated my makeup. So it's not, I don't know if it's good on top of cream blush or liquid blush, because it really does separate. But I will say that I really like the formula, just not on my skin. Like, I will try it on others, like a client skin, but this, no. I'm not sure that I will be trying these two again. Maybe I just need to get two new bottles. Like, I used to love these foundations together. Mind you, it does look good on my skin. It does look a little bit more yellow than normal. I'm not this yellow. I'm more of a neutral undertone. And even though the Charlotte Tilbury is a neutral undertone, this is not. So blend it together. I used to love the finish on my face, but the colors, maybe not so much. Now all of the rest of the products, especially the Maybelline Fit Me powder under the eyes, I really love, but using it with a brush and not the powder puff, because I believe the powder puff makes it a little bit more concentrated. So using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation powder in with the powder brush, flawless. Using of course one size on top of that, amazing. I will say that the Hourglass, I love it because it gives like this really nice finish and really nice glow. I will use it again, but not often, because I do feel like it gives like a little bit of a white cast. The Laura Mercier translucent and medium deep glow, that might be a new staple. That might be a new staple, you hear me? And of course, using my NARS soft matte cream concealer in Amande for my eyeshadow base, hands down my go-to. My House Labs and my Fenty, I would definitely be using you all again. My Fenty Cheeks Out blush, I will be using that again. I really wish, House Labs, that y'all came out with this same size. You came out with this size before, and then now it's like half this size. I think it's like this size, if I'm not mistaken, and that's not the business. The Milk makeup I can kind of do without, even though it gave like a nice little overall thing. I feel like I like my Makeup by Mario. I do like this, but for the price point and the product, not so much. Now I'm not sure if Jouer still makes this. If it If they do, I will put a link to this in the description bar. But I really do love the bronzer of this because I show enough. Yeah, of course my House of Lashes. I'm always gonna love those. And then what else? I feel like I'm missing something because my Juvia's Place, I use that on my nose contour when I'm doing my regular makeup routine. So that's gonna always be in rotation. And I think that is it. Let me know what you all like of this final look because I'm really feeling it. A little vampy stuff right before spring. But look at that glow. Do you see that? So good. And with that being said, it's your girl Letty, and I'm out. Peace.